Okay, so
All
Gary's on the show with me again today. It's like I can't get rid of you. I guess you're just such a part of me.
You're going to have to find a new helper or something. I don't know.
I know, yeah. So anyway, it's always fun to have you here helping. And today we're going to be making Santa Fe soup. And we've been involved with a lot of fundraisers lately. I don't know if it's the weather that, you know, is bringing people out, or they want to do something different since sports is kind of over for the winter and things.
Yeah, springtime is a good time for fundraisers. It's just pretty typical.
Yeah. So empty bowls rather, is going to be held on March 14th. It's on a Saturday, and it begins at 11 o'clock. It's for 3 hours, and there's a new venue this year, which is going to be really nice.
Right. It's at Hotel
Marshfield.
Very nice facility. It's all been remodeled and completely renovated here a year or two ago, and so it's a wonderful venue, and we're looking forward to it. They usually have 600 to 800 people at the event, and what is it? $10? I believe it's $10 admission to get in there, and with that you get a soup. You get a soup lunch, and you get to keep the bowl,
which would be really cool. The bowls are actually made ceramic bowls that are made from different artists in town. Some are from the high schools, various areas in the vicinity that have made them. At the Chestnut Center, there was a Bowl-O-Rama.
Yeah, a couple events at the Chestnut Center made them, and then they made bowls at last year's Mother's Day fair at the high school, Marshfield High School. They made bowls at that art fair as well. So different events throughout the community contribute. They make these bowls, and they contribute those to the soup bowls. Right, which is
it's a really wonderful event. And I know that Wausau and I think Stevens Point at Pacelli High School, maybe,
I'm not sure where they had theirs.
Started it or had it years ago, and some of the people from Super Sox and other people involved in the Empty Bowls fundraiser have got the idea that they realize that the symbol of this empty bowl is that somewhere in the world, in our nation, in our state, and even in our town, people are going hungry. And so the symbol of the empty bowl is that there's always somebody somewhere that has an empty bowl. So
and the proceeds from this goes directly to the Super Sox organization here in town, which is a
food pantry.
So that helps stock the food pantry shelves there. So it's all this stays in the community. So it's a great event to go out, and so if you have some time on Saturday, March 14th, it's a great place to go out there and have a nice
get started making our soup.
Yeah, let's start our soup, which we're going to show you how to do that.
Okay.
So let's get started. Okay.
Our favorite soup, which is fairly easy, and especially when we have been kind of busy, it's called Santa Fe soup. And I got this from my friend Pat, and you can make it vegetarian or with hamburger, ground turkey, chicken, you know, really whatever you want. Andouille sausage, we've made it with andouille sausage, which is really good. Yeah. But because they want to have some meat soups and some, you know, vegetarian, this is another vegetarian one.
Very easy to do, as you just said. It's just opening a few cans and add some spices to it, and we're good to go.
That's good to go. Okay, so we are going to start out with pinto beans. I'll let you kind of pour them in. The recipe had called for a can half the size, but Gary likes to put more beans. I don't know if you like to just have it go a little bit farther or something, maybe. But so we do a large can pinto beans, 2 cans of diced tomatoes. And again, I think the recipe called for 1, but 2 is better. 2 cans of tomatoes with diced chilies, which makes it hot, being Santa Fe soup. It gives it a nice hot spicy flavor. 1 can of kidney beans. And you can really get whatever flavor of these beans and vegetables. 2 cans of whole kernel corn.
And you notice what we're doing is all of the juice in the cans are going in, except for the black beans. We don't want the black bean sauce in there. Okay.
So after washing our black beans, they're all set to go in. And now they're dry and all set to go. So Gary's just going to stir it up. And again, the seasoning is very easy. It's 1 package of any kind of taco seasoning. It's about a 1.25 ounces, and it gives it a nice spicy flavor. I've also made this when I accidentally, forgot to shop, or we didn't have any taco seasoning. So if you have any kind of taco, spice that you also cook with, you can use that in place of this taco mix. And then the same with the ranch seasoning. You can buy them in the packages, just like the taco seasoning, but it tends to be more expensive. So we decided we would start buying them in, the large container. And you can do just about.
There's plenty.
That's it.
It's going to taste like ranch now.
So one package is equal to 1/3 of a cup of ranch seasoning. So it's all set to go, and you just stir and
you throw it on the stove. You heat it up to a nice hot temperature.
And we typically let it cook for maybe a half hour or an hour. Okay, so you can take that to the stove, and while you're doing that, I'm going to get out some of our condiments that we're going to use for toppings.
All right.
Okay, so when the soup is ready, you can just have a bowl this size, or you can have a much larger bowl. There's going to be some really...
Or go to empty bowls and get your brand new bowl.
There will be some really interesting bowls that they're going to make there. Would you mind handing me that little white dish?
Sure.
So for empty bowls, in the past we have made a big Nesco filled with soup. But this year, because it is going to be at Hotel Marshfield, they're going to be having chafing, dishes or chafers, pans set up. So it's going to look a little bit more elegant than all of the Nescos.
Right.
But while you fill our bowl,
and Wally, the chef at Hotel Marshfield, is very gracious. That whole group is just a great bunch of people to work with, and they're gracious enough that they're going to warm up the soup if people bring it in early. That evening before or that morning and they want it to warm up, they will do that for the donors.
So it's going to be very well orchestrated, and we are going to take along some shredded cheese, and the fancy shredded, which is a little bit fancier and it's thinner, goes really nicely, and you can just top your soup with a little bit of cheddar. And then we also like to put some sour cream in there, which kind of cuts that really spicy taste. So then there will be a big bowl of sour cream. So then you can just add a little dollop of sour cream to your soup. And there you have it. Yeah, and there you have it. And what we like to do is serve our soup that we just make at home with cornbread muffins or just some artisan bread, and butter. Right. And it just makes a nice soup, nice meal for a cold, frigid night like tonight when it's going to be 6 below zero or 15 below
15
or
18 below tonight.
Whatever it's going to be. So it's crazy, but we live in Wisconsin, and that's just how it goes.
That's what you do. You put up with it in Wisconsin.
Keep looking forward to what we can do for the community. It's really a real honor to be able to help in the community in different ways, like the Sheltering Heart or the Empty Bowl, because there's so many people that have so many needs and are suffering a lot. And I guess we just thank God every day for a warm house and a place to sleep, because we don't know how many people are doing without food. Right. So I guess from A Slice of Heaven is very happy to be able to donate some soup, which will
go towards a good cause.
Go towards a good cause, benefit Super Sox and the community of Marshfield. So from A Slice of Heaven, this is actually our 49th episode that we're doing. So for our 50th episode, we're going to hopefully put together something special to celebrate 50 episodes of Cooking with Ruth.
So stay tuned. We'll keep you in suspense till the next episode.
So from A Slice of Heaven and Cooking with Ruth, stay warm and happy cooking.
Gonna be all the
I
time.
will.
The camera back and forth.
I'm going to kick you out of my show if you don't stop telling me what to do. It's my show.
I think we're on camera, so be careful.
Did warn you I was going to hit record this time.
On. We are on, so behave.